Most guys spend their lives trying to fit in. They follow the rules everyone else follows. They chase likes, respect, status, promotions, anything that makes them look good in other people's eyes. They worry about what people think, say yes when they want to say no, and stay quiet just to keep the peace. But there's a small group of men who don't play that game. They walk their own path. They don't need a crowd to feel strong. They don't beg for approval. They just live life on their own terms, quietly, confidently, and completely free.
People call them Sigma males.
And if you've ever felt like you don't quite belong in the usual alpha or beta boxes, if you love your own company, hate drama, and make decisions based on what feels right to you, not what looks good on the outside, then this video is going to feel like someone finally put words to how you've always been. Psychology has studied men like this for years, and the research is clear. These guys aren't broken or antisocial. They're wired differently in ways that give them real freedom, deep peace, and quiet strength most men never find. Today, I'm walking you through the 8 clearest signs you might be a Sigma male.
These aren't tricks you learn.
They're just how you naturally show up in the world. Stay with me until the end, because number 8 explains why Sigmas often end up winning at life without ever trying to win. Sign 1. Freedom is your number 1 priority.
Sign number 1. Nothing comes before your freedom.
Most men will stay in a job they hate because it pays well or looks good on paper. They'll stay in relationships that feel safe but empty. They'll say yes to plans they don't want just to avoid looking rude. You'd rather walk away. You'd rather be alone than trapped. You'd rather have less money and more peace than a big paycheck and no control. You'll turn down invitations, change careers, move cities, or travel solo, not because you're running away, but because it feels right for you. Psychologists call this strong autonomy. It means your happiness doesn't depend on fitting into someone else's plan. It means you trust your own gut more than the crowd's opinion.
And that kind of freedom,
most people spend their whole lives wishing for it. Sign 2. You don't need anyone's approval to feel good about yourself. Sign number 2. You really don't care if people like you or not. Most guys bend over backward for approval.
They post for likes.
They brag a little too much. They stay quiet when they should speak up, all to keep people happy.
You don't do that.
Your confidence doesn't come from compliments or followers. It comes from knowing you're living true to yourself. If someone doesn't get you, that's okay. If someone judges you, you don't lose sleep. You're not cold. You just don't hand your self-worth to strangers. Research shows people who rely on themselves for validation have lower stress and higher life satisfaction. They're calmer, happier, and way harder to shake. That's you. Quietly solid, no matter what anyone says. Sign 3. You watch, listen, and notice everything before you move. Sign number 3. You're always observing. While everyone else is talking, arguing, or jumping to conclusions,
you're watching.
You notice the small things. The way someone's voice changes when they lie. The tension in the room before an argument starts. The real reason someone is acting nice. You don't miss much. Psychologists call this high situational awareness. It's like having a built-in radar for people and environments. Because you pay attention, you avoid a lot of mistakes others walk right into. You make better choices. You stay one step ahead. Most people react fast and regret later. You watch first, and that makes all the difference. Sign 4. Being alone feels good. Actually better than being with most people. Sign number 4. You love your own company. A lot of guys feel empty or anxious when they're alone. They need noise, plans, people, anything to fill the quiet.
Not you.
Alone time isn't something you survive. It's something you look forward to. You recharge when you're by yourself. You think clearer.
You plan better.
You feel more like yourself. Studies show that people who enjoy solitude often have stronger creativity, deeper self-awareness, and better emotional control. They don't run from their thoughts, they sit with them. And because of that, they know themselves in a way most men never do. Sign 5. Drama feels like a waste of your energy. Sign number 5. You stay far away from drama.
Gossip, arguments, social games, petty fights.
Most people get pulled into that stuff like it's oxygen. You see it and think, why?
It feels pointless.
It drains you. It adds nothing to your life.
So you walk away.
You don't engage.
You don't feed it.
You're not weak or scared of conflict. You just choose your battles carefully. Only the ones that matter. Psychology says avoiding unnecessary drama lowers stress and protects mental health. You already knew that, because you live it. Sign 6. You live by your own rules, not the crowd's. Sign number 6. You don't follow the script everyone else reads from. Go to college, get a safe job, get married, buy a house, climb the ladder. That's the path most men take because it's expected.
You question it.
If it doesn't fit you, you don't do it. You build your life around what matters to you, not what looks good to others. Psychologists call this intrinsic motivation. Your drive comes from inside, not from applause or status. People like this often end up happier and more successful long-term because they're building something real, not just checking boxes.
You don't rebel for attention.
You just refuse to live someone else's life. Sign 7. You have a few close people, and that's more than enough. Sign number 7. Your circle is small, but it's real. Most guys collect friends like trophies.
Big groups. Lots of plans. Surface level talk.
You don't need that. You'd rather have 3 people you trust completely than 30 you barely know. When you connect with someone, it's deep.
Loyal. Honest. No games.
Research shows that a few strong relationships beat 100 shallow ones for happiness and emotional health. You don't chase popularity. You build bonds that last. And the people lucky enough to be in your circle? They know they've got something rare. Sign 8. You think differently and solve problems in ways others don't see. Sign number 8. Your mind just works differently. Where others see rules, you see options. Where others see this is how it's always been, you see there's probably a better way.
You question things. You challenge ideas.
You find solutions that surprise people. Psychologists call this divergent thinking, the ability to see many possibilities instead of just one right answer. It's linked to creativity, adaptability, and high cognitive flexibility. That's why you often succeed where others get stuck. Not because you try harder, but because you see further. Here's the truth most people miss. Being a Sigma male isn't about being better than other guys. It's not about looking cool or mysterious. It's about living in a way that feels honest to you.
Protecting your peace. Staying free.
Building real connections. Thinking for yourself. These traits are rare, but they're not superpowers you have to earn. If you're watching this and nodding along, you already have them.
You don't need to change.
You just need to keep trusting yourself, even when the world doesn't understand.
Because the life you're building,
it's the one most men secretly wish they had the courage to live. So keep walking your path.
keep choosing freedom.
Keep staying true. You're not alone, even if it sometimes feels that way. If one of these signs really hit home for you, drop the number in the comments. Let's see how many quiet independent guys are really out there. And if you want more real, no BS psychology about how men actually think, feel, and grow, hit subscribe and turn on the bell. Because next week, we're talking about the hidden downsides of being a Sigma, the parts nobody warns you about.
Stay strong. Stay free.
I'll see you in the next one.